My friend got fucking fired today, finally. Finally. From this shithole job that I used to work at. I used to work at the place with him. It's this bar. It's so difficult to describe the energy in the bar. Check this out, man. Here's the thing about working in bars in general. It's such a unique experience. I've had a handful of jobs. I've talked to a handful of people. A handful. And I really think it is one of the most unique experiences out there. And this is why. Because in a bar, it's one of the only places where you can consistently experience raw human emotion and raw human interactions and raw human like nature in general. Because people come there to relax, unwind. Typically when they travel, it's the first place they go. They're from all over the world. And they just want to go be around other people and kind of do nothing. And so people are literally just vibrating and chilling. And it's when people come out with their most natural selves sometimes. In bars, dude, there's a heavy emphasis on like energy. The DJ has a specific time he plays specific songs for specific reactions from the crowd. It's very timely actually, and I didn't know this kind of shit. They want the space to look a certain way. They want you to look at certain things when you walk in. They want this over here, so there's a certain type of energy over here. Maybe you're sitting in this area, you're dancing in this area, X in this area, Y in that area. You want the bathroom to be facing this way, shit like that, right? And so the bar, here's the thing, the bar me and him worked at, the energy in that bar, it literally drained you. I found myself drained. And I don't know. There's a lot going on. It was the bar that I found out I had herpes in when I was working there. That was weird. It's actually the bar I met the girl in. And it's the bar I met Nick in. And it was like one of my first bars bouncing at. And so, dude, I literally watched it kill him over the last 2 years, my friend. I watched him put on weight. I watched him lose weight. I watched him put it back on. I've seen him do a ton of drugs, literally coping with the fact that he works at this place. And that's the reason he does these drugs and drinks as much. Literally, he said it himself. That's literally the reason. Is because he fucking is stuck at this shithole place. And so now that he's released, I'm yapping a lot, but now that he's released, dude, I'm happy for him. But here's the thing. It's like today, he said to me kind of, hey, so here's the thing. He got paid a lot at that job. Got paid a lot of money. Part of the reason he stayed. It sucked, but he got paid a lot. So now he has these things that he's invested in. His car, apartment's pretty expensive. And today was the first day he didn't have a plan. And so basically said he was going to sell drugs. And he was kind of half joking. And the way he said it, this is why I'm telling you, the way he said it was not to inform me that he was going to start selling drugs. It was to check to see what I would think about that. But mostly like me to tell him not to do that. I could tell that's what he wanted me to say, but I couldn't fucking say it. I don't know. I just couldn't say it. Because one, I didn't want to judge him right then. And two, I've kind of let some things slip with who he is, and I've let him do things to himself because I didn't want to interfere with whatever he had going on because he was my manager at the time. Like we started out on the same level and then he upgraded. Cool, we were homies. It didn't really matter. But it's like politics in the workplace. And I'll tell him certain shit. I'll be like, hey, got to look out for yourself, shit like that. But I don't want to push it too far, especially when he's in the dumps like that. It literally happened today. It's weird. It's such a weird place, that bar, man. Like working in a bar, you see people primarily at their worst. Like people crash out in bars, dude. You have no idea. I mean, unless you've seen it before. But a lot of these crazy stories people have, bar fights are bar fights. There's street fights, but bar fights are bar fights, They have a term. You meet people in the bar, shit happens in the bar. We were at the bar, we went out, we saw this. All the stories happen at bars. So many stories in there because it's just raw people, you know? Different people from different places. I've been working in bars for too long. Feels strange. Feels like something I don't want to do for the rest of my life. I do believe, I spoke with my grandfather today. That was good. It was a good conversation. He was very encouraging about my insurance shit, my life insurance shit, honorsinsurance.com. But I feel like that's my way out. I know it's my way out. I just got to keep doing it. Just got to keep working hard. I just ordered a fucking like decal for the back of my car that says like the name of the company, the website and shit. I think that'll be hundreds of eyes a day wherever I go. It's basically advertising for driving, something I do anyway. So that'll be cool. And I think my plan is to like brainwash the population, literally, with my logo, my brand. I believe in this insurance shit. And I believe the leads need to come to me. I think I'm wasting a lot of fucking money. I understand that it's a learning process, learning how to sell people, but it's strange. The company I work with, complicated. Don't really want to go into it, but the company I work with, it's like they have a set way to walk into the house, and then you kind of present something, and you give them something. You give them a little discount card for. I'm talking about like the elderly when I go sell. You give them a discount card, explain it a little bit, and then you flip and you go, oh, by the way, we sell life insurance. We are a life insurance broker. Do you need this? Yada, yada. But I'd rather start with that. I feel like it's kind of fishy. It's snaky to switch it up. And it's also wasting my fucking time because you get in the house and they already have a really good policy. Boom, you wasted 30 minutes, you know? So the end goal is definitely to have people come to me. And the website looks good. I'm working on social media. I believe there's got to be a way to automate the posts, but I have a good feeling about this. And if I look back one day in the future and watch these fucking videos, man, this will be crazy. And I'll be like, man, I remember when I was fucking broke. I had nothing. I'm making these videos in my mom's house upstairs. I remember this shit. I will. I'll remember this shit. Wallahi, I remember this shit. I've thought about this a lot. I remember these days. I'll be like, man, I was a bouncer for 3 years. I didn't see the way out. Man, I saw myself choking, bro. I was smoking a lot of weed. Like, oh man, people were trying to support me, but I could tell that they really didn't on some shit. You know, when somebody's like, oh man, cool, I hope it works out, but they really don't give a shit. They really don't believe in you, and you can kind of tell. I feel that from some people around me. You know what I mean? But I believe in it. So I know it'll work. Cool. This is cool. But man, I mean, all that to say, I just gotta be patient, you know? Gotta be patient. But yeah, I'll say that shit. I'll be like, I remember I had this car. It's not shitty. It's not a shitty car, but just 100,000 miles. I'll be like, I'm driving to and from work. People are seeing me here bouncing for 2-3 years now. They're coming out partying, spending money. I'm sitting there security, feeling like a loser sometimes, you know. I don't like the hookup culture. I'm more of a long-term guy, and I can feel myself slipping into this hookup culture because, you know, it's just proximity. And I want to get the fuck out of there, but it's a good opportunity. It's $20-something an hour, you know? If I start somewhere else, there's no way I'm making that. You know? So, okay, I'm going to talk about this shit. I'm going to be like, I was working gigs. I'm going to start this gig thing. I just got, TaskRabbit today. It's like a gig broker. I didn't even know there was that. So I'm going to get on there, make money during the week. I'm done sitting around. I'm done trying to go sell during the day when I'm getting nothing. So I'm going to make the money, and I'm going to turn up on making people come to me. I think that's the move. Now, I've thought about, like, is that me giving up on being a good salesman? I don't think so, because I still think you have to be a good salesman to sell the leads that come to you. So I'm not giving up. It's just I want to expedite the process and make it more efficient for me. I saw like this video of this guy talking about the utility of journaling, which I already knew was kind of prevalent, but he spoke about different strategies for journaling and like different time, like 15 minutes of it. I was doing it for like a few minutes. And he's saying like a long time, long enough for you to come up with like original ideas. And if you have intentionality, you'll be able to kind of pull things out of your mind. And I was like, okay, cool. And I think I do that with these videos. I think it's like some type of video journaling on occasion. Sometimes I want to tell people things, and sometimes I just want to fucking talk. And this is one of those times where I just want to fucking talk. My grandpa told me something today too. He said, no matter what, your tone has to remain level. I need to work on that a lot. Even if I'm not upset, or even if I'm not mad. Being upset as a man is fucking gay. I don't like saying that. Even if I'm not like mad about something, sometimes my tone will change. Like for example, a couple weeks ago, I never get upset at work or mad because I'm not a fag, so I don't get upset. But I never get mad. You don't have to be gay to be a fag, by the way. But I never get mad, right? Really at work. I really don't, because I've been doing this shit long enough. Everybody said everything they could to me. And I'm so serious when I say that. Like literally everything has been said. There's nothing that people can say that get under my skin. I've already had that happen. It's nice. I've created thick skin because of that. But anyways, like this one evening, this guy came up the exit when the bar was like closed. And he's like bitching at one of the guys on, the team, like one of my coworkers, one of the boys, one of the security guys. I got fucking mad. I was like screaming at the guy. No, it was while the bar was open. I'm literally sitting here screaming at this fucking guy in public. Because he was like threatening to fight the guy. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, did I overreact? But it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, maybe that's my natural masculine urge is to mog. I understand that, but it's like, dude, he was talking too much. He was threatening my coworker, I think I'm a team-oriented guy. That's fucked up. Threaten my guy. It's fucked up. But either way, I like blew up. I was like literally yelling. And some of you may know I went to a military college. And so like, dude, when I yell. And I was like, I'm yelling at them like a fucking moron. Think about that sometimes. I spaz on the dude. Like, and I'm thinking like, I kept basing my voice, but did I get emotional? Is that what that was? Or did I actually want him to get off the steps and fuck off? I think it was a little bit of both, maybe. I kind of go back and forth with that one. But either way, wrap this yap session up, man. I do think these videos allow me to get into my creative energy. I was about to say feminine energy, but creative energy. I think also, like, all men want to preach. All of them. And that's why there's male podcasts where they kind of just say encouraging shit. And that's why guys send memes. That's why my dad sends me 50,000 memes. Because it's kind of him leaving his legacy. Preaching is like the word. You want to have your thing. Guys just want to talk, I think. They want to preach more so than women do. I think women, I'll say this, women talk about shit and guys want to like teach, but women just want to fucking talk about shit and guys just want to fucking, does that make sense? I feel like women gossip and kind of just talk about shit. And guys are trying to like be encouraging and change lives regardless of if it's conducive to success. It's like they want to be heard in a good way and like help. I think there's a difference in the way that I do think there's a serious difference in the way men and women communicate. But either way, I'm glad my friend got fired.